Hello, this is MagmaCube and welcome to a Scratch Fit tutorial. Today I'm going to be showing you how to create a clicker. First, you want to go to the sprite pane and get rid of sprite 1 because we won't be needing it for this. Then, you want to go to the sprite library and choose a sprite. You can choose anything you want or even paint a sprite, but I'm going to stick with button. Now, as you can see, the button will go to a position on the screen. Maybe any position. So drag out a when flag clicked block and drag out a broadcast block and make the message name green flag. So that'll act as our own green flag. Then you want to get a when I receive green flag block. So you just want to put that down and select green flag. Then you want to go to your position. For this example, I'm going to be using go to 0, 0. And then broadcast another message called big and small. The big and small message is only for looks, but I think it makes the game look better. So drag out a when I receive big and small block, and whenever I receive big and small, drag out an if-else block and put a touching mouse pointer. So, if touching mouse pointer, set size to 120. Else, set size to 100. Oh, and don't remember to put a forever loop so that it'll always happen, no matter what. Great. It gets bigger and smaller whenever our mouse is touching. Now you want to drag a when the sprite clicked block to make the animation. First you want to stop other scripts in sprite, which will stop the big and small block. Then you want to set size to any size you want, probably smaller, and set size to 60 for my example. Then you want to drag out a wait seconds block. I chose wait 0.2 seconds. And then put a set size to 100 so that it returns to the normal size. Then broadcast big and small so that it'll resume getting bigger and smaller. And don't forget to put a wait to 0.2 seconds so it won't return immediately. Great, it works. Now let's go to sounds just to give it a little more color. First get rid of pop and then choose a sound from the sprite library or record a sound. I think I'm going to choose coin. That sounds very nice. So now drag out a start sound block and put it at the end of your code. Oh, it happens a little too late, so let's just move it up to the front. Great, it works. So now let's move on to the next thing. But before we do that, it returns a little too short. So yeah, that seems good enough now with a wait 0.05 seconds. Now we're going to create a points variable, which is kind of your money. You want to make it for all sprites in all caps as well, and because it's for all sprites, and you want to go to the stage and make it a large readout so you only see the value. And then you want to drag it to wherever you want. I'm going to put it in the bottom left corner. Now you want to paint a new sprite, and you want to go to the costume editor and do points. Oh, whoopsies, I spelled it wrong. Points. There we go. Oh, and don't forget to make it a points colon variable so that costume so that's given the value of points. So now you want to do when I receive green flag, position as in go to block. Now, we want to find out where we want to position it. We want to position it right there. That seems to be negative 204, negative 162. So now, when we click the green flag, it should go, yes, to right there. But as you can see, when we click the button, the points don't change. So let's fix that. you want to put a change points by 1 block in the when sprite clicked loop. And when the green flag, you want to set points to 0 so that our points don't get, so that we can't have unlimited points when starting a new game. Great. So now let's move the change points by 1 to the back to make rapid clicking possible. You don't have to do it, but I did. Great. So now let's make a new variable called points per click. Put it in all capitals and make sure that it's for all sprites. Then click OK. And yeah, you want to hide it. You want to hide the variable because we're not going to be seeing this one. And you want to hide the variable in the green flag just in case it is shown somehow. Great. So now we can, and at the beginning you want to set points per click to 1. Great. Now you want to change the change points by to change points by points per click. So it'll still change points by 1, but that's only because points per click is 1. If we were to change points per click to, let's say, 10, then it would change by 10. So that would be great for increasing points per click later in the game. Now, make a new variable and call it points per second. Put it in all caps because this is going to be for all sprites. Click OK. And hide this variable as well. We don't want to be seeing this either. So just put a hide variable points per second at the start. Then you want to set points per second to 0 Remember to put all of this below the when I receive green flag block. Now drag out a new broadcast block and call it change points by, actually no, let's not do this. Instead, let's make a new custom block and let's call it change points by. And then add an input and call it PPS, meaning points per click here. Click run without screen refresh and OK. Now, to define change points by points per click, you want to go to variables and drag out a change points by block, then points per click. So that will change the points by whatever we put in the input area. Points per second, sorry. Now, when I receive green flag, you want to change points by and wait 1 second. Remember to put this in a forever loop so that it constantly changes points by points per second, and move the wait 1 seconds up a little bit. So as you can see, our points per second is 0, which means it's not changing any by the points per second. But if we were to set points per second in the beginning to 2, then it would start going up by 2 every second. If your game looks like mine, then well done for following the scripts. You should be proud. Well, that's going to be it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you in the next tutorial. Bye!